When you think of the word Hispanic, what comes to mind? Perhaps you might think beauty, elegance, or perhaps maybe sexiness, romance, and dance. Today here on FTD Facts, we're diving into a country with a unique origin and story. The country of Spain, a place with much history that has led to the discovery of the New World and much more. A country where Latin got its origins. Welcome to the beautiful and elegant country of Spain. Hey everybody, what's going on? Dave Walpole here and welcome to FTD Facts. Now, for this episode, yes, we're talking about Spain, and I gotta say I'm really excited for it because, well, first of all, this is one that people have recommended way back in the past for us to do and we just never got around to it. But considering we're doing European countries, we figured now is the proper time to do this. And of course, for me, I'm just really excited to talk about this, not because everybody recommended it, but I just really love Spain. I think it's a really beautiful country and it's got beautiful people in it. Now, before I get in this video, letting you guys know about Grammarly.com. These guys are our sponsor. And of course, before getting in this, I want to know, what is your favorite thing about Spain so far? If you guys don't know much about Spain, well, guess what? Let's get into it and let's start learning about this great country. So first thing we gotta mention that its proper name is actually the Kingdom of Spain. Now the thing about Spain is it is pretty big when it comes to its population and its size when you compare it to the rest of the European countries. For example, Spain has a population estimate of over 46,468,100 people, and it ranks at the 30th largest country in the entire world. Now, if you were to combine all these people and stretch it over the land, they have a density of 92 people per square kilometer. But how big is Spain? Like I said, it is one of the biggest countries in all of Europe. Well, for its land size, it sits at roughly 51st in the world, equaling 505,990 kilometers square. And if you were to compare this to the rest of the European continent, it sits at 4th largest. However, it is 2nd largest in Western Europe, but it is the largest in Southern Europe. But this is the thing, when it comes to its land, Spain is what you like to call a transcontinental country, meaning it has lands in other parts of the world instead of just its mainland. However, with that in mind, it's interesting to know that while we are talking about Spain, during this time the country is recently dealing with a referendum known as the Catalonian independence. Now, although the region of Catalonia is really pegging for its own independence, in the modern world this kind of happened back in 2006, but throughout history it's always kind of fought for its independence. And one of the reasons for this is because it was actually an independent region until about 1150 AD. And when it comes to Catalonia, it's pretty much already its own self-governed region with its own president, police force, government, and broadcaster. And one of the problems right now is Spain wants to control its police force because currently it controls the military force and foreign affairs for Catalonia. Now, speaking of these regions, there's approximately 18 divisions within the country. However, they do have provinces, and including islands, it has approximately 52 of them. Although somewhere I read strangely that Spain has 50 provinces, so I wasn't quite sure how that translated. Maybe one place I read had it incorrect, or maybe there was an update or something like that in the last couple of years. I don't know, but from what I've mostly read, it has 52 provinces. But jumping back to the Catalonia issue, Catalonia, the region, has 4 of these provinces, and they are Lleida, Girona, Tarragona, and Barcelona. But out of these provinces, let's take a look at which ones are the biggest. When it comes to population, that one has to go to Madrid. Because as of 2013, they have over a population size of 6.495 million people. And as for land size, well, that's got to go to Badajoz, with a land equaling 21,766 kilometers square. Now, when we're talking about the land of Spain, we cannot forget about talking about the coast, because the coastlines in all of Spain are so famous, they are just amazingly beautiful. And throughout its coastline of over 1,660 kilometers, they have small coastline towns which are world-renowned, such as places like Barcelona, San Sebastian, Ibiza, Valencia, Marbella, and many more. And as a matter of fact, these towns are so popular that a lot of musicians have put the names of these towns in their songs. For example, David Bowie talked about Ibiza in Life on Mars, I think that's the name of the song. But let's talk about money of Spain. Well, first of all, they actually use the euro. They adopted this form of currency on January 1st of 2002. But however, breaking down its economy when it comes to its nominal gross domestic product, it ranks at 12th in the world with a total of $1.232 trillion, with a per capita of 26,643, ranking its GDP per capita at 30th in the world. Now, with that in mind, one downside to Spain, and like I say here on FTD Facts, we talk about the good and the bad because it's all one big broad story, is that Spain has the largest wealth gap in all the European countries. However, when it does come to money, the country has a very balanced amount of imports versus exports. And although they focus more on importing with $299 billion in imports, ranking 15th in the world, the exports actually rank 17th in the world, equaling $275 billion. So how is this broken down? How do they make so much money in imports and exports? For exports, about 13% of this is cars, with 21% of them going to Germany, 18% of cars going to France, and 13% going to the UK as well as other countries. And of course, with cars being exported, you can't forget about vehicle parts. That comes in second with 3.6%. But as for imports, oddly enough, cars come in at 6.1%, and oddly enough, I found it strange that 32% of those cars are coming from Germany, so it's kind of weird that they're just trading cars back and forth. To me, it seems probably more logical that you would just sell the cars in your own country, but I don't know. However, coming in second, 6.3% of its imports is crude petroleum, with 14, 12, and 11% coming from Nigeria, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. However, jumping back to exports, one thing that this country is famous for is olive oil. As a matter of fact, it's been recorded that the country has provided the world with over half of the olive oil demands. It produces a minimum of 1.5 million tons of this stuff a year, and in 2016 the amount of olive oil came in to equal $3.49 billion in revenue. As well, let's not forget that in Spain, they are very popular for their wines. Because in the same year, they exported about $2.49 billion in bottles of the alcoholic grape. So, one other thing that's really fascinating about Spain, and this is probably one of the best things that I love about it, is it has a lot of Unesco zones. As a matter of fact, out of most of the countries that we've talked about, it just defeats all the other countries. Not to say that that's any better, I just love the Unesco zone world preservation sort of thing, but this country has a lot of them. Currently, in 2017, it has 40 cultural locations, 4 natural and 2 mixed, which makes it have 46 Unesco zones. That's insane. And what makes this country more unique is when in 1984, when it got its first inscribed locations, they actually had 5 of them. But overall, when it comes to them having the most UNESCO locations, they are ranked at 3rd highest in the world. That's one thing I guess I love about the Spanish, is that they are down for preserving their cultural history. And one we should definitely mention is the archaeological site of Adapa. Now, this is a cave system where some of the remains of the oldest human beings to be ever discovered in Europe were found. The bones date back to over 1 million years ago, with these hominin fossils being found during a 1964 excavation with archaeologist Francisco Jorda Cerda. And it's really quite an amazing thing, guys, to be able to look back in history and see where we came from. And I mean, like, yeah, over 1 million years ago, that's pretty nuts. Now, Spain is also a country that definitely has some interesting, original, and amazing features about it. And one major point when it comes to this is that it has the world's oldest restaurant. The restaurant Botin, which is located in Madrid, Spain, has been running since 1725. And of course, other restaurants may wish to claim this title, but it is so famous that even Ernest Hemingway wrote about the Cochinillo asado dish, which is basically roasted suckling pig. And since then, or maybe even beforehand, it became its most signature dish. So one thing that we have not talked about yet when it comes to Spain, yeah, sure, we've talked about past cultural things, but we haven't talked about present cultural festivities. Because in Spain, they have a festival called La Tomentina, and it is the craziest festival I've ever seen. Okay, maybe not the craziest, but it is definitely unique. I've never seen this anywhere in the world. It is basically a giant tomato food fight festival. That is awesome. Since 1945, this festival happens once a year in the Valencia town known as Banol. And it happens on the last Wednesday of every single August, and I gotta love that because August is my birthday month. And apparently this all started because during a parade way back in the day, some man fell from his viewing point and he got angry and started throwing tomatoes, making the whole town erupt in a vegetable throwing battle. I gotta say, I've never been there, but I really want to check this place out and go to this festival because it just sounds like a lot of fun. But either way, pretty interesting stuff about Spain. What a beautiful and amazing country. However, that wraps up this episode, but keep in mind, guys, we might have forgotten much about this country, so if you guys know some facts that we missed, please write it down there in the comments section below. Because here on FTD Facts, we love not just giving you guys the facts and teaching you guys about many different cultures from around the world, but we love learning from many different cultures from around the world. So if you guys are from Spain or you guys visited there and you guys know some facts, let us know. We always love to continue because we do part 2s as well. And to remind you guys, this episode's been brought to you by Grammarly.com. These guys are an amazing sponsor. The link for that is down there in the description box below. And these guys really help improve your English. Trust me, guys, it's one of the best programs that I've ever actually used because you just type online. It's a free program, and you just type it online, and it's fixing your grammar right then and there. It's so good. And to remind you guys, please leave a recommendation for a future FTD Facts video because we do love hearing from you guys. But my name is Dave Wobble, and it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Now, before you guys get out of here, at the end of this video, we do have other stuff for you guys to check out, so be sure to look at that as well. But this is the country of Spain, a country that is just rich with history and pride for its history, where the people of this great nation stand out in their own unique way. A place that we have only scratched the surface when we talk about its great accomplishments. A country of love, sport, and growth. This is the people and culture and country of Spain. For when we hear of them and the name, we are reminded that beauty, chivalry, and good times is just around the corner. So thanks for watching, guys. Here on FTD Facts, we talk about people, cultures, and places from all around the world. Now, those other videos that I recommended you guys to check out, these are them. I'm sure that you guys will really love learning about new cultures from around the world. Also, be sure to check out our new series, Which Country is Better?, where we compare different countries based off their statistics, and we ask you what you find better. Other than that, subscribe and come back every single day because we have always got something new for you guys to check out. And until then, have a great day. Bye.